On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history to get the criminals out. We're going to have to seal up those borders.
He made immigration the centerpiece of his campaign.
We're like a garbage can for the world.
Hello, everyone. In the wake of the 2024 presidential election, immigration is once again at the center of America's political landscape. The largest mass deportation in American history is set to begin on January 20th. At least, that's what Donald Trump has pledged, a sweeping effort to remove millions of undocumented immigrants from the United States. This plan, if implemented, would reshape American society in a way we've never seen before. Trump's previous term saw similar promises, but this time, he seems more prepared, with a team that's showing even less hesitation toward the legal limits of immigration enforcement. So what exactly would this plan look like, and how could it affect millions of undocumented immigrants and their families? If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. First, let's talk about Trump's past efforts. While he promised mass deportations during his first term, the results were largely in line with what previous administrations had done, including Barack Obama's. His methods were different and often more controversial, but the numbers didn't reflect a drastic departure. Now, however, things could change. Trump's administration has announced an ambitious agenda, deporting an estimated 12 million undocumented immigrants, with a plan to place them in detention centers before they're removed from the country. This could mean separating millions of U.S.-born children from their parents and impacting sectors like agriculture and construction, where undocumented labor is significant. Among the expected policies are a revival of past practices, family separations at the border, the Remain in Mexico policy for asylum seekers, a renewal of ICE raids in workplaces, and the construction of more barriers along the U.S.-Mexico border. There's also talk of ending refugee resettlement and eliminating protections like Temporary Protected Status, TPS, which allows certain groups, like Haitians, to remain in the U.S. due to unsafe conditions in their home countries. Trump's plans also extend to the nearly 500,000 recipients of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA. These individuals, often called dreamers, were brought to the U.S. as children and have known no other country as home.
And the president-elect has yet to lay out a specific deportation plan, meaning this could apply to the nearly 200,000 migrants who've come to New York during the last 2 years claiming asylum, or it could apply to undocumented people who've been here for decades, including dreamers.
We will begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
President-elect Donald Trump is doubling down on a key campaign pledge and promising cost is not an issue.
Trump's team has indicated that even they may be at risk under his new policies. To carry out this massive deportation plan, Trump's advisors have hinted at a few strategies. These include reallocating resources to immigration and customs enforcement, potentially even involving the National Guard, and building new detention centers. It's a strategy with huge financial and logistical demands. Estimates suggest it could cost trillions and require congressional approval for additional funding and staffing.
But the American Immigration Council, a pro-immigrant advocacy group, says if Mr. Trump truly means to deport everyone, there are more than 13 million undocumented people in the United States. The council says deporting so many people would incur a one-time cost of $315 billion. It also says 4.6% of the U.S. workforce would be gone, with particularly big impacts on the construction, agriculture, and hospitality industries. On a human level, fear is growing in immigrant-friendly cities like New York, where there was a rally last night.
Perhaps the most controversial aspect of this plan involves local police. Trump's previous administration clashed with sanctuary cities, places where local governments limit their cooperation with federal immigration enforcement.
New York is a so-called sanctuary city, meaning the NYPD and other city agencies cannot by law cooperate with federal immigration officials. But under the weight of the migrant crisis that has strained his administration, Mayor Eric Adams has lamented the lack of cooperation with the feds, especially when it comes to migrants who commit crimes. Adams has been hesitant to criticize President-elect Trump's immigration rhetoric and would not say if he discussed deportations with Mr. Trump when they spoke by phone after the election.
And again, I'm not going to go into private conversations.
When pressed for specifics about what would happen at the extensive network of migrant shelters, NYPD Chief of Department Jeff Madry said little would change for now.
Trump's team now aims to recruit local law enforcement officers to aid in immigration raids. And in states like Arizona, new laws make it easier for local and state police to detain individuals based on immigration status. Arizona could be a testing ground for this approach, with the recent passage of a proposition that allows local police to arrest and deport based on immigration status. In Maricopa County, Arizona, home to Phoenix, a new sheriff has taken office who is expected to reinstate immigration enforcement policies similar to those of former Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Known for targeting Latino communities in his raids, Arpaio's tactics were controversial, leading to federal investigations and massive lawsuits. The tool enabling this cooperation is known as the 287G program. This agreement between local police and the Department of Homeland Security allows local law enforcement to act as immigration officers. Although the Obama administration scaled it back due to civil rights concerns, Trump expanded it in his first term. Many sheriffs in places like Georgia and South Carolina chose to end these agreements, but now public sentiment has shifted, and some are rethinking that decision. Trump has also threatened to withhold federal funding from cities and states that refuse to cooperate with ICE, a move previously ruled unconstitutional, but likely to be tested again. In Colorado, the 2025 plan signals a potential next step, a requirement for states to share information on undocumented individuals, including voter registrations and DMV data. It's a proposal that skirts legality, but with a Trump Department of Justice, the boundaries may once again be pushed. Finally, Trump's strategy may hinge on local police conducting traffic stops and minor infractions to increase arrests. In places with 287G agreements, an undocumented immigrant could face deportation over a minor issue, like a broken taillight or a license plate violation. It's a tactic that gives police wide discretion to detain immigrants based on minor offenses. So what's next? For now, Trump's team appears ready to move forward with or without full legal authority. Whether or not his ambitious deportation agenda comes to fruition, the 2024 election results have set the stage for what could be one of the most aggressive immigration crackdowns in U.S. history. The stakes are high, and the human impact on families, communities, and entire cities is already sparking fierce debate. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.